Hey Smiles Child, welcome back to another video. It's Friday for me. Just got off work and I'm about to go take a walk and get outside. But I got up here because I want to give y'all like a quick hair tip. I was thinking about my clients with locks and maybe some of y'all who might have locks, to make sure that you're not retwisting your locks too often, because that can thin your locks out, thin your hair out, and you don't want your locks starting all the way back there. Okay, you want to save our edges and want to save our edges and stuff. So and especially don't interlock your locks as much. Now, I had a client, and when she first came to me, her locks were like very, very thin and like just damaged. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. And she was saying that the previous stylist she went to, she was getting her locks like interlocked each time she went and got a retwist. Now, I can't remember if she was going back every 2 weeks to get a retwist or was it every 3 weeks. Either way, even if she was going once a month, interlocking even for her once a month was too harsh on her hair. And the reason being because she already kind of have like fine hair already. Her locks were already kind of like thin and fine. Her hair, that was too much tension and it was too aggressive for her hair type. Now, somebody on the other end who might have thicker hair and maybe it's more dense and your new growth, is off the chain, you can get by with interlocking every month, but not a lot of people can, right? And so she was just causing more damage to her hair, to her locks, and it was thinning them out. So I just want to make this video to say that if you have locks, don't retwist them too often, don't interlock them too often. So I started putting her on the regimen. And if you don't know what I mean when I say interlocking is just a different technique to tighten your locks at the root. Interlocking gives you more of a firm foundation. It gives you more of a tighter look, and the interlock lasts longer. So I was kind of surprised that there was interlocking each time, because interlocking supposed to make your retwist last longer. And so with the interlocking technique, what we do at Stylist is we take the crochet needle hook and we basically take the end of the lock and loop it through the base. So it's almost like you tying knots into the hair. So until you get it all the way tight at the root. So if you already have like compromised hair and you have fine strands at that, and also if you have a low density hair. Now I have a video coming out. I don't know if I'll be done posted by the time I post this one, but I have a video to talk about low density hair and high density hair. So if you already somebody, you have low density hair and your strands are fine, interlocking often is going to be damaging to your hair and it's going to be too much tension. So you should not be interlocking every time you go get a retwist, even if it is once a month. That's too much. So what I put the regimen I put this client on, because she really liked the interlocking, I said, look, we're going to cease to do interlocking for a while. I think we went 3 months without interlocking. I said, we're going to just do the traditional palm roll retwist. And that's basically when you just take the locks, and as you typically see, and we use our palms like this to retwist the hair and make it tight at the root. Now, palm rolling is a little bit less aggressive than interlocking, but I will say this about palm rolling: you also have to be careful even with the palm roll, because some stylists get too happy and they doing that too much and it's too tight at the root. So then you got all that tension, and then you have to remember too, your hair is at its weakest state when it's wet. And I'm gonna make another video on that too, about why you shouldn't go to bed with wet hair. But your hair is already at this weakest state when it's wet. So if you're being very aggressive or doing a retwist and you're palm rolling too tight or interlocking too much all the time, your hair is just more prone to breakage, and it's liable to break, it's liable to thin out. So even if you do palm rolling, you got to make sure that if you're doing it yourself or if you're going to a salon, they're not doing it too tight, because you still could be with damaged hair even with the palm roll. So make sure they're not doing it too tight, the palm roll too tight. And if you start to see that your locks are thinning, maybe lengthen the time when you go get a retwist. Okay, I had a video of a client. She came in and she had locks. She got a lot of thick, long locks, and she didn't really want to retwist because she really needed a good washing. But she didn't want to retwist her roots because, you know, she was concerned about thinning. So what we ended up doing is I did like some jumbo box braids, so she can take them out and just wear them crinkly. Like, we didn't really agitate her roots, not like that. And so that's another thing you can do for those who might have locks. You might want to shampoo your hair, but you're not necessarily ready to retwist it. You do a full retwist. You can do stuff like braid downs, like a braid out. You can do like a twist out, where you're not really necessarily retwisting at the roots. Okay, so keep that in mind. Try not to be out here retwisting, interlocking too much, because it's too much on your hair and you don't want your locks to thin out. And if you are seeing that they are starting to thin, my advice for you would be to ease up on how often you get it retightened. Okay, ease up on that and you should see a difference. Also, too, what you can do too with the locks is you can get a protein treatment. Okay, I do protein treatments on my clients with locks, so you can do that. And the other thing I was going to say about those with locks was I forgot, but maybe that's all I need to say about the locks. Yeah, so if you don't get in this video, for those who might have locks, try not to retwist too often, because you don't want to damage your hair. And yeah, and stretch out your retwist too. Stretch out your retwist. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, don't forget to like the video, because you probably forgot when you clicked on it. So I'm gonna remind you now. And thank you in advance for liking the video. Thank you for subscribers, and thank you to all my members who have subscribed to the channel as well. So yeah, share this video out, okay? And is there anything else I need to tell y'all? I think that's all. I'll see you in another video. Bye.